They are furious. These 12 countries are burning with rage as Filipinos dominate the world stage in 2025. While Filipino success explodes worldwide, these nations are desperately trying to hold them back. They've changed laws, spread lies, and even created barriers, all because they can't stand seeing Filipinos at the top. And what country number 3 did? It's absolutely disgusting. Their actions will make your blood boil. They thought they could stop Filipino excellence. They thought wrong. From blocking Filipino workers to denying their achievements, these countries are obsessed with halting Filipino progress. But here's the truth. Filipino success is unstoppable. Let's dive in. 12. Malaysia. Filipino workers have long been a vital part of Malaysia's workforce, particularly in education, healthcare, and the service sector. However, their success has fueled tensions, leading to restrictive employment policies that prioritize local workers. Filipino teachers and nurses often outperform their Malaysian counterparts, creating competition that some find uncomfortable. Adding to the tension is the long-standing territorial dispute over Sabah, which both nations claim. Nationalistic rhetoric fuels resentment, painting Filipinos as rivals rather than allies. Many Malaysian businesses and politicians push to reduce reliance on Filipino labor, yet the reality remains, Malaysia's economy depends heavily on Filipino expertise. Despite these adversities, Filipinos in Malaysia continue to excel, proving that their resilience and talent cannot be suppressed. 11. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the largest employers of Filipino overseas workers, particularly in domestic work, healthcare, and engineering. Yet, many face systemic exploitation, from underpayment to abuse. Reports of unpaid wages, inhumane working conditions, and physical mistreatment have sparked outrage, forcing the Philippine government to impose temporary bans on sending workers. However, Saudi Arabia still heavily depends on Filipino labor. Filipino nurses and medical professionals are critical to Saudi hospitals, and their construction workers play a major role in the kingdom's infrastructure projects. Despite the hardships, Filipinos in Saudi Arabia remain unshaken, continuing to deliver excellence in every field they enter. 10. Indonesia. Indonesia and the Philippines are fierce competitors in maritime industries, with Filipino workers excelling in global shipping, engineering, and logistics. Many international companies prefer hiring Filipinos over Indonesians, creating resentment that has led to policies favoring local workers. The competition doesn't stop there. Indonesia and the Philippines clash over control of maritime territories. This geopolitical tension fuels economic competition, as both nations vie for dominance in the global labor market. But despite political roadblocks, Filipinos continue to outshine, proving that skill and professionalism always win. 9. Kuwait. Filipino domestic workers are essential to Kuwaiti households, but they endure harsh conditions, long hours, low pay, and abuse. The tragic case of Joanna Demopoulos, whose body was found in a freezer, shook the world and exposed the inhumane treatment some Filipinos face in Kuwait. Despite diplomatic tensions and deployment bans, Kuwaiti families still rely on Filipino workers for caregiving, hospitality, and technical industries. Their work ethic and dedication make them irreplaceable, proving that even in adversity, Filipinos continue to thrive. 8. Hong Kong. Hong Kong's fast-paced economy depends heavily on Filipino domestic workers, yet they face discrimination, exploitation, and limited labor protections. Employers resist wage increases and improved conditions, citing financial constraints, while many Filipinos struggle with unfair contracts. Still, Filipino workers dominate Hong Kong's domestic sector, handling childcare, elderly care, and household management with unmatched dedication. Their resilience ensures that, no matter the challenge, they remain the backbone of Hong Kong's working families. 7. Japan. Japan's strict immigration policies and rigid labor market make it difficult for foreigners to advance, but Filipinos have broken through these barriers. Filipino caregivers, nurses, and technical trainees play a crucial role in Japan's aging society, filling labor shortages where locals are unwilling to work. Language barriers and cultural expectations remain challenges, yet Filipinos continue to excel. The demand for Filipino professionals keeps rising, proving that even Japan, a nation known for its exclusivity, cannot function without Filipino expertise. 6. South Korea. South Korea's booming industries, from manufacturing to construction, heavily rely on Filipino workers. Yet, systemic discrimination and limited opportunities for advancement make life difficult. Many Filipinos work in demanding conditions with little protection, facing low wages and long hours. Still, Filipinos persist. Their skills in technical fields, project management, and infrastructure development have made them indispensable. As South Korea continues its rapid economic growth, one thing is clear: Filipinos are a key part of its success. 5. Taiwan. Taiwan benefits immensely from Filipino labor, particularly in electronics, caregiving, and manufacturing. However, many Filipinos face exploitation, contract violations, and poor living conditions. Employers often resist fair wages, leaving workers vulnerable. Despite this, Filipinos are at the heart of Taiwan's booming economy, powering major industries with their skills and resilience. Their influence in tech and healthcare is undeniable, proving once again that Filipino talent is a global force. 4. United Arab Emirates, UAE. From hospitality to construction, Filipinos are the backbone of the UAE's workforce. Filipino nurses, engineers, and service workers keep Dubai and Abu Dhabi running smoothly, yet many struggle with unfair wages and limited job security. Despite these challenges, Filipinos remain one of the most sought-after labor forces in the UAE, proving their unmatched skill and work ethic. 3. Vietnam. Vietnam is a rising competitor in the BPO, business process outsourcing, sector, challenging the Philippines' dominance. Vietnamese firms aggressively compete for international contracts, creating tension with Filipino professionals. Beyond economics, territorial disputes in the South China Sea add fuel to the fire. Yet, despite the rivalry, Filipino talent continues to shine, proving that excellence can't be stopped. 2. Australia. Australia has long depended on Filipino professionals in healthcare, engineering, and skilled trades. However, recent immigration restrictions and job preference policies for locals have made it harder for Filipinos to secure jobs. Yet, even with barriers in place, Filipino nurses and IT professionals continue to be in high demand, showing that Australia cannot function without Filipino expertise. 1. China. Tensions between China and the Philippines go beyond politics, they affect Filipino workers and businesses operating in China. Territorial disputes in the South China Sea and economic rivalry in tech and services make it harder for Filipinos to thrive. Yet, despite restrictions, Filipino professionals continue to excel. Their ability to adapt and compete in one of the world's most complex economies is a testament to their resilience. The Filipino impact is unstoppable. From economic competition to geopolitical disputes, these nations try to resist Filipino influence, but they simply cannot function without Filipino talent. Which country surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.